Tanya, hi.
Kajal, hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good, thank you.
Come on in.
Welcome to Cape Town.
Thank you so much.
So tell me, what's your earliest memory of performing? Let's do this.
I think I must have been 7 or 8, and we had a dance show. Yeah.
Wow. And who inspires you?
Wow. My parents and anyone that does anything in animal welfare and animal rescue and helping them out.
Love that. Best advice you've ever gotten?
Listen and trust your body. Listen to and trust your body.
Good advice, yes. How would you describe your personal style?
You know, that evolves, but I think I would say chic and comfortable, but 90% of the time it's a homebody style.
Nice. What's your favorite way to unwind then after a busy day being a homebody?
Being at home, but I love hanging out in the garden during the evenings with my dogs and my family.
Love that. Sounds divine.
No, it really is. It is.
You can travel anywhere in the world. Where are you going?
Zanzibar.
Ooh. Let's go. Coffee, tea, or hot chocolate?
I'm going to choose 2, coffee and tea. It depends on the time of day and what I'm eating, actually, with it. Yeah.
What languages do you speak?
Well, I do speak English and a bitty Afrikaans, and I can understand some Zulu and Hindi.
Nice. Hidden talent?
Hidden talent. Reading people's minds. No, I'm kidding. I'm a pretty good chef in the kitchen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dogs or cats?
I do love cats, but dogs have my heart.
Do you have any pets then?
I do. I have 2 dogs. Yeah. Zeus and Layla.
Zeus and Layla.
Yes.
Love that. Favorite childhood memory?
Wow. 2 that stand out, actually. One is living in a communal home with my family and my cousins. So you always have someone to play around with and living in community that way. And the other one that is like a core memory for me is my dad bought himself and me ticket to the Michael Jackson concert when I was 13 years old. So going to that concert with my dad is super, super special. It's just, yeah, a very special memory.
Sounds beautiful. What's your biggest fear?
Losing my family. Yeah.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie. One that actually stands out for me is Memoirs of a Geisha. Yeah, because I love that book as well.
Well, then that can then you'll have the same answer. If you could only read one book for the rest of your life, or reread one,
Well,
what would that be?
It's called The Palace of Illusions.
That sounds intriguing. Okay, let's talk music.
Okay,
Rock or jazz?
sure. I'm gonna say rock because I grew up in a family where we had jukeboxes around us all the time, and my parents had parties all the time, and we were really into the Beatles and the like. Yeah, so I would say rock.
And then if you had to choose hip hop or classic?
Oh, you know, that's a hard one, but I'm going to say hip hop because I'm an old school R&B kind of girl.
Nice. Favorite South African city?
Hogsback. Is that a city? I don't know. It's a town. It's a town. But I love Hogsback. It's a very special place. Very
love
special.
that. Yes. Go to karaoke song?
We're all going on a summer holiday. Maybe because that's one of the very first songs I learned as a kid, but I also loved Cliff Richard. Yeah.
Favorite food?
Favorite food?
Yes.
And my mom's food. You know, but speaking of that, would you like some tea?
Oh, that sounds good.
All right, do you want to join me in the kitchen? Let's do that.
Your perfect weekend look. How does that look?
Oh, my perfect weekend. A weekend at the beach.
Oh.
Well, let's see what we have here. What tea would you like, Tanya? Okay, sugar.
Honey, honey.
Trusty old Five Roses and rooibos.
Good. Let's do it.
Let's do that.
Favorite fashion trend?
I'm not one to follow trends, but I do love the movement toward slow, sustainable fashion. That's for sure.
The favorite role you've ever played?
I loved playing Cat in The Honeymoon. I did.
Nice. Best and worst parts about being in the public eye?
Best part, I would say, we meet a lot of different people. And I love learning about people and being inspired by them. That's wonderful. And worst part, I think it would be the pressure to share so much of your life. And I think that's only come about in this internet, social media world. Because, you're torn between, do I actually want to? But then, your PR person is saying you have to. So I battle with that at times.
Yeah, tricky balance. The most glamorous red carpet event you've ever been to?
I'm going to say my movie premiere in Johannesburg was pretty glamorous. Love it, it was.
Favorite dance move?
I might have to just, it is the Saturday Night Fever. For my 40th, I did have a 70s party. So, and of course we danced, and my sisters and I. So, not like I was even born in the 70s, but I love it. I do love it. Ooh, let's see where these spoons are. Right.
So, as a 4PAWS ambassador, which initiatives are you most passionate about?
Well, there are a few. Let's just go get our tea. It's quite hot. Here we go. So, definitely breaking the vicious cycle. That's for sure.
Yes.
And
what is that about?
Well, we have a... You okay there, Tanya?
All good. All good. We're going outside a bit. Oh, it's a lovely day. Hey?
No, it's such a beautiful day.
Yeah.
So it's breaking the vicious cycle about the captive lion breeding industry. And we are trying to stop that. Companion animals, well, I'm all about dog rescue as well. And I'm that crazy lady at times, and like with family and friends, and if they want a new pet, I'm always the one saying, you need to adopt a dog, and please don't buy one from a breeder. So that's definitely close to my heart. And also farm animals. Look, I'm someone that consumes meat, and I really do believe that we should be moving towards regenerative farmers and farming, and where they care for the animals, because the industrial farming today is, we need to treat the animals with respect and understanding as well. I think I would say it's those three are quite close to my heart.
What are your plans while visiting in Cape Town? Why are you here?
Oh, well, I'm here for 4PAWS actually. I'm really excited to be here for the State of Animal Welfare address that's happening. And I also visited 3 beautiful dogs that were rescued from the dog and cat meat trade. There were actually 5, and 2, one is adopted, and another one is in foster care, and the other 3 are at tiers. And it was really, really heartwarming to see them today, and also how well they're being taken care of. And after being rescued and by 4PAWS, they're now with Tiers Animal Rescue, and it was just so beautiful to see them growing in leaps and bounds. And I can't wait to see them with their forever families one day.
Yeah, that would be so nice to see. I think you touched on it, but what do you think are some of the biggest animal welfare issues that we have, like today?
So many. Well, I think the main one for us here in South Africa is, breeding wild cats and exotic cats. Why they do it? Well, there's it's a big money, and they use it for medicinal purposes. But unfortunately, while it's still happening and they are breeding it, the trade will always happen. So we have to put a stop to the breeding, and then hopefully a stop to the trade. So right now I think that is a core issue that we need to address.
What can people do in their everyday lives? Just like, people watching and listening, and who maybe, what can they do in their everyday lives to help animals?
Well, we do have a campaign called Live Kinder, and I think everyone can do something. They always say, well, what difference would it make if I just do something? But there is a saying that goes, well, that says, what can I do? I am one person, said 8 billion people, So if the change starts with us, then everyone makes a little change in their lives. I mean, it could even be, I'm choosing to eat pasture-raised chicken eggs. I'm choosing to know where my meat comes from, or I'm choosing to eat less meat. I'm choosing to rewear my clothes. I'm choosing to mend my clothes. I'm choosing to sustainable fashion or invest in slow fashion. There's little things, or even teaching your kids where their food comes from, teaching them how to grow their own veg. So I think if you start small, it has a knock-off effect and sort of domino effect in your home, in your household, and then in your community.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Very true. And then social media is such a big part of our world today. You can't hide from it. How can people use social media to help animals?
We can use social media for so many things. But one of the core aspects of it is sharing information. And if we use that to raise awareness and share information, well, you're already doing your bit. If you are someone that rescued an animal, or rescued a dog or a cat, share about it. People don't know. Sometimes they act from a place of ignorance, but when they do eventually learn or educate themselves, that's when they start to make those changes. So we can always use social media for a lot of things, and one of them is to create awareness and share the information.
Very true. And then speaking of adopting, what advice, as also someone who has adopted a dog, what advice would you give to someone who's adopting a dog or a cat, just any pet, into their homes?
The first thing I would say is give them time. I'm not sure I'm not sure of the timeline, but we need to allow them time to decompress. They're coming out of a situation. If they were at the kennels, we don't know what their situation was before the kennels. Allow them to decompress. You are new to them. Give them time to settle into their new environment. I think that would be the first thing, and give them a chance. There's no quick fix in life for anything. There's also no quick fix for getting your rescue pet to fit into your family. So time is definitely what they need.
And then fostering, for example, dogs or cats before they get adopted is also a big thing. Is there any advice? Have you ever fostered?
Well, I have, but how it happened was strange, because there was a dog that gave birth at a truck yard a couple of years ago, and she had about 8 pups, and we took them on and fostered them, and eventually found homes for them. Drew up our own little contract, and then chatted to people in rescue, and then we eventually fostered them and found homes for those 8 pups, and then followed up on it years later. So yeah, it's a big task, but it's also a feel-good thing. It really is.
Obviously, you have such a big love for animals. How do you feel about animals in the entertainment industry, or being used for entertainment?
No. That's no place for them. And there's no question about it. It's the same. I feel the same way about that. Cages are no places for animals. Captivity isn't for them, and the entertainment industry is not for animals. End of story.
Can you do any impressions? Completely switching it up here.
Well, in Bollywood films, There's something that the heroine, well, actually, I think it's in the older Bollywood films. They would always say, "Bachao, bachao," which means save me, But women don't ask to be saved like that anymore, But yeah, that's about it, eh?
If you could swap lives with any fictional character for one day, who would it be and why?
Oh my heavens. Any fictional character? I'm going to pass on that one.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No,
Good.
I don't think I would want to.
No. Happy being you.
Happy.
Biggest lesson of the year so far, seeing as we're going towards the midway?
I think it's about being grateful.
Yeah.
And I think the theme of my life going forward is gratitude. So it's just be grateful for what we have, and being mindful of what's going on in the world around us. And there's a lot of suffering and oppression going on. So we need to really be grateful for the people we have in our life and where we are, and for being alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
What's one thing that people don't know about you?
What they don't know about me? Oh, I am I'm a low toxic homemaker kind of mom, and I love it. I really love it. I love being a mom and a homemaker. Yeah.
Superpower. Which one would you want to have and why?
Well, I think it would be if I had the power to. I don't know if this is a superpower. Let me think about that. To buy or to have as much land as possible so I could rescue all the dogs and cats. I do like cats as well, and then give them a home. Yeah, it really breaks my heart to see them sitting in those kennels. Yeah.
If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive,
Yeah.
who would that be?
I think it would be my grandparents. It would be. Because they passed on quite a while ago, and they seem like really, really interesting folk, and I would love to have dinner with them.
Before I go, one last thing.
Yeah.
Favorite quote?
When you know better, you do better. Yeah, and I think it's something we could all live by. That's for sure. Do you want to sit down?
Let's do.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, listen, it has been absolutely lovely.
Thank you.
And enjoy your time in Cape Town and all the wonderful things you're doing along with PAWS. And we'll chat again.
Thank you. And I'm thrilled to be here with 4 Boys.
Wonderful. Thank you, and enjoy your tea and your afternoon.